how often do we actually see anger? I mean, really see it. Out in the world, maybe in the news, sometimes even in ourselves.
Yeah.
And we just react to it, right? We see the outburst, the frustration, maybe sharp words, and we react to that. But what if underneath all that, there's a different story, a deeper one? Today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that kind of hidden narrative. We're exploring this really insightful, concise little book that tackles this very idea. It's called I'm Not Angry, I'm Just Hurt by Dr. Shu Chen-Hao.
Yeah, and what grabs you immediately, like right there on the cover, is the subtitle, A Story of Trust, Healing, and Second Chances. It tells you right away, this isn't just, a simple story, it's about a journey. And Dr. Hao, she's managed to distill these incredibly complex, sometimes really messy human emotions into a surprisingly accessible story. It's presented like a fable, sure, but the wisdom in it really speaks to anyone, any age, who's ever, dealt with that kind of invisible pain.
Absolutely. So our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack the insights woven into this story, into the character's journey. We want to explore what you, listening right now, can maybe learn about pain, about the whole process of healing, and this is crucial, the power of connection, real connection, human, or as we'll see, even animal connection.
Yeah.
So this isn't just going to be a plot summary. We're digging into the psychological truths here, the wisdom you can actually use.
Mm-hmm. And it really tackles some truly universal stuff, themes we all encounter, that feeling of being invisible, how much courage it takes to actually trust someone else, and the huge impact of letting someone see the real you, the vulnerable you. It's about finding maybe just a flicker of light at first, but eventually real warmth, even when you're stuck in the deepest shadows of hurt.
Okay, so for this deep dive, our sources are right from the book itself. We've got carefully chosen excerpts. We looked at the introduction, which really sets the scene. Snippets from key chapters tracing the story, Dr. Hao's own bio, which is quite interesting, and info about the publisher, too, Kokoshungsan Ltd. And I have to say, just reading these parts, even before really analyzing them, it hit me. It's one of those books that, it sticks with you. The message is really impactful. Okay, so let's get into the narrative. It opens with this scene that immediately tells you what the book's getting at. We meet this boy, Liam, and his anger is it's right there. You feel it. He slams his locker right so hard the whole hallway kind of flinches. It's this immediate, very physical display of frustration. But the author, she makes it clear pretty quickly, this isn't just anger, is it?
No, not at all. And what's really striking is how the author doesn't just describe the anger. She goes straight for the roots. The text says explicitly, Liam was broken in ways no one ever asked about. So the anger isn't the core issue. It's a symptom, right? A very visible, maybe aggressive symptom, but it points to something deeper, something invisible. There's this line, every thud of a textbook in his backpack felt like another bruise, deep where nobody could see.
That just nails it, doesn't it? That common thing where internal pain, if it's not seen or dealt with, just bursts out as frustration or anger. It's like a shield he's throwing up, maybe not even consciously.
And his internal thoughts, wow, they're really quite heartbreaking. He's walking home alone and he's just wishing anyone would care enough to ask what's really wrong. He wants someone to stay, to actually see him. But then he thinks bitterly, people always left. That feeling of abandonment, of just being unseen, unheard, is clearly driving his behavior. The anger is the wall, protecting something really tender underneath. And it immediately makes you think, doesn't it? How often do we in our own lives just judge the anger we see in other people, maybe even in ourselves, without stopping to think, okay, wait, what hurt might be underneath this? Liam's story really challenges us to look past that surface reaction. His pain makes his whole world feel, the book says, cracked. And it echoes inside him with every little thing, every small slight. It's not really about the outside stuff. It's about how it triggers the inside stuff.
So here's where things take a really interesting turn, a pivotal one. It feels almost like fate, the wounded finding each other. Liam ducks into this alley he doesn't usually use, and he finds this stray dog, ragged, hurt. The dog has a twisted paw, clearly useless. And her eyes, the book says, are huge, wet, scared, and they meet his. It's like this moment of instant recognition. Something inside Liam just lurched, not just reacting to the injury, but to the shared sense of pain, an echo.
It's a really powerful moment of synchronicity. Yeah. And this encounter, it's not just a plot point. It shows how connection can start. Because for the first time, Liam's anger, which is usually burning inward, it shifts. His focus moves out towards this other creature's pain. The anger that usually burned in his throat turned into a lump. That's not just physical. It's like the very first tiny step toward healing. finding connection through shared vulnerability, even if it's someone else's vulnerability he sees first. He doesn't see the dog as another reason to be angry. He sees himself, his own hurt, reflected in her eyes. And often it is easier to show compassion to someone else before we can show it to ourselves, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And his reaction tells you everything about that shift. He grabs his phone, frantically typing how to help an injured stray dog. And the advice he gets, be gentle, offer water, find shelter. It becomes like this unconscious guide, not just for the dog, who he ends naming Shadow, but really for himself too. He bandages her paw, his hands are shaking, and in doing that and focusing on her, he sees her loneliness and a desperate hope. So familiar it almost hurt to look.
It's like looking in a mirror, seeing his own deepest needs reflected back.
Exactly. And that interaction really highlights something profound, almost paradoxical. Sometimes when we offer care to someone else, we actually start the process of caring for ourselves, maybe without even realizing it. What Liam does for Shadow is, in a way, like projected self-care.
Yeah.
He can deal with the pain when it's externalized. It's less threatening that way. And that gently opens the door to maybe looking at his own pain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's important, too, that his grandma is so accepting. She lets Shadow into their home. That provides this crucial safe space. For Liam, too, to start opening up, it shows healing isn't usually a solo thing. It needs that acceptance, that understanding.
Right. So the story moves into this phase the book calls healing together, which is just perfect. And there's this powerful line. It's easier to open your heart when someone finally sees you, the real, hurting you. Liam just throws himself into caring for Shadow, researching wound care, buying supplies, sitting with her every day. And in those quiet moments, he starts whispering things, secrets he's never told anyone. About being bullied at school, about that awful feeling of being invisible, about his parents just disappearing and leaving this huge, aching hole inside him.
This is such a critical, transformative part of the story. Shadow becomes his confidant, safe, non-judgmental, like a mirror for his pain. And the process of building trust with Shadow, it's slow, steady, almost invisible at first, but it mirrors Liam's own internal shifts. The author describes it beautifully. At first, Shadow just watched with wary eyes, but slowly, she leaned into his hand until one day she rested her head on his knee. That simple act of trust from Shadow. Wow. It's the catalyst. It's so powerful it finally lets Liam crack just a bit. He cries, quietly, deeply, into her fur. That's the moment the mask really starts to slip, revealing the hurt underneath.
Oh, that moment. It's so visceral, isn't it? It's not just crying. It's like this huge release of everything he's been holding in, the abandonment, the grief, and it perfectly sets up the next step, which comes when his best friend, Maya, notices he's different. She just says gently, "You're different lately. Not as mad. Are you okay?"
And Maya's approach here is so insightful. She's a real friend. She doesn't confront the anger he used to show. She sees through it. She acknowledges the change, which validates what's happening inside him. And Liam's response, it's a breakthrough for him. He says, "I don't think I was ever just angry. I think I was left behind. It hurts." That's not just dialogue. That's him finally naming the invisible wound, the thing the anger was covering up. And it makes you think, doesn't it? How often do we mistake our own pain, maybe feeling unseen or unheard, for just being angry or irritable? The book gently leads you to that kind of self-reflection.
Yeah. And Maya's reply is just perfect for that moment of vulnerability. You don't have to hide it with me. Just simple permission. Acceptance. Exactly what he needed. Later, Liam thinks about how he used to push people away. Sharp words. Slam doors. All to avoid being left again. And he has this realization. Shadow's wounds were obvious, right? Easy to see and fix. But his own hurt was totally invisible. Except maybe to this one creature who somehow saw past his anger. It's a really profound moment of self-awareness. Recognizing those subtle ways we try to protect ourselves.
This whole sequence just masterfully illustrates the book's core message about vulnerability being transformative. It takes incredible courage to admit you're hurt, and even more courage to let someone else see it, without judgment, without fearing they'll leave too. The book really argues that true connection, real friendship, doesn't just react to the anger. It looks for the pain underneath. It offers a space for healing instead of just pushing back against the surface emotion.
Okay, so then we get to a part called Small Steps Forward. I love this framing. It really emphasizes that healing isn't like a straight line. It's a journey, twists and turns, and every little victory, every bit of progress, it counts a lot. Shadow's limp starts getting better. She wags her tail more. You see her healing physically. And Liam kneels beside her and whispers, "It's scary to trust again, huh?" And Shadow, like she understands, just licks his hand. This silent connection, maybe even forgiveness for how harsh the world can be.
It's such a quiet, beautiful interaction, and it says so much about their parallel journeys. Liam is literally learning from Shabri about the courage it takes to take those small steps. towards trust, towards feeling secure again. And you see the result later at school. Some kids laugh at his old sneakers, the old Liam. He would have exploded, right? That familiar anger. But now he pauses, takes a breath, mutters, whatever, and just walks away. He doesn't need that angry shield in the same way. The wound inside is starting to heal, so the external stuff doesn't trigger him as much.
And Maya sees it straight away. She tells him, that was brave. And he actually manages a small smile, a real one. Says, I'm trying. Shadow helps. Weeks go by. Shadow fully recovers. Liam starts writing his feelings down in a notebook. He even talks to his grandma about his deepest fears, and she just listens with love. The ache from his past is still there. He knows it is, but it's not sharp anymore, not consuming him. This whole phase is about recognizing that healing takes time and effort and self-compassion. It's ongoing.
Absolutely. And connecting this to, just how people work psychologically, the story shows powerfully that healing really is a journey of small, brave steps. Often steps nobody else even sees. It's not about some overnight cure or dramatic fix. It's gradual. It's about slowly letting go of old defenses and bravely, consistently choosing vulnerability and connection instead. And the support from his grandma and Maya. It underlines how vital that support network is when you're navigating emotional recovery. You rarely do it completely alone.
And that brings us near the end to a scene called Golden Evenings, Gentle Hearts. Liam and Shadow are just sitting on the porch steps. Sunset, warm colors. He's scratching her head, feeling her solid presence beside him, and he whispers, almost talking to himself, we're both learning. We're both still here. It's this moment of real peace, acceptance.
It's a beautiful culmination, isn't it? A quiet testament to the healing they've found together. Shadow leaning against him, warm, steady. She's not just a pet anymore. She's like a living symbol of the trust and healing they've both achieved. It makes you think, what does it really mean to just be with someone? And that quiet, unconditional understanding, no big words needed.
Yeah. And Liam in this moment, just pure honesty, says, again, almost to himself, I'm not just angry anymore. I'm healing. And maybe one day I'll trust for real. Oh. Shadow, perfectly in tune, just licks his cheek, as if saying, me too. Oh. That quiet moment just perfectly captures the book's main insight, the transformative idea. Behind anger is hurt, and behind hurt, the possibility of healing, especially when you let someone in. It's such a simple truth, but delivered with so much emotional weight. So, this book, I'm not angry, I'm just hurt. It's definitely, without doubt, a strong recommendation from us. It's incredibly quick to read. You can absorb the main message in like one sitting. But the depth, the insights you get, they really last. It's perfect if you're looking for a deeper understanding of emotions, pain, healing, but in an accessible way. It gives you wisdom without feeling heavy.
It really does illustrate that core wisdom so powerfully. Behind the anger is hurt, and behind the hurt is hope, healing. Especially when you let someone see you, let them in. It's a fantastic example of the courage vulnerability takes, the strength you find in connection, and just the truth that healing happens in small, brave steps. Consistently. And the author herself, Dr. Shu Chen-Hu, her own story is pretty inspiring too. She moved from deep in the sciences to embracing her love for music, writing, and founding Kokoshungsan Ltd. Her journey kind of shows that brilliance and the drive to make a positive impact can take many forms. This book is a powerful expression of that.
So thinking about Liam and Shadow and how the book shows anger as often being, well, a mask for pain, here's something maybe to think about after listening. What invisible hurt might be driving some of the anger you encounter? In your own life, maybe in other people, or maybe even frustrations you feel inside yourself. How might understanding that difference, the distinction, change how you approach connection or healing for yourself or others? It's a really powerful lens, I think.
Definitely. And if you are intrigued by this story, by the wisdom it offers, or if you just want to explore more resources that aim to empower people through knowledge, making it accessible, we strongly, wholeheartedly encourage you to visit kokoshungsan.net.
That's KOKOSHUNGSAN.net.
One word. You can find I'm Not Angry, I'm Just Hurt there. Learn more about Dr. Shu Chen-Hu's work and also discover what Kokoshungsan Ltd. is all about. Their mission to make education accessible, create positive change globally. It really is more than just a publisher. It feels like a platform, maybe even a movement. Empowering minds. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into trust and healing and the power of second chances.
Yeah, thank you. Until our stories cross again, keep seeking out those profound nuggets of knowledge, the ones that really shift your perspective.
When the storm clouds gather and the winds grow strong, remember who you are, you've been brave all along. In the darkest moments when hope feels thin, look inside your heart, let the light within begin. Rise above it all, let your spirit soar, break through the chains, open every door. Stand tall, don't be afraid to fall. You have the power to rise above it all. When the world feels heavy and the nights are long, hold on to your dreams, find where you belong. Every step you take brings you closer to the light. Keep moving forward with all your might. Rise above it all, let your spirit soar, break through the chains, open every door. Stand tall, don't be afraid to fall. You have the power to rise above it all. When the world feels heavy and the nights are long, hold on to your dreams, find where you belong. Every step you take brings you closer to the light. Keep moving forward with all your might. When your face is down, hold your head up high. You are stronger than you know, reach for the sky. With every heartbeat, with every shine, know that victory lies inside. Rise above it all, let your spirit soar, break through the chains, open every door. Stand tall, don't be afraid to fall. You have the power to rise above it all. So keep the faith, let your heart be strong. The journey is your own, where you belong. With love and courage you'll find your way. Tomorrow's a new dawn, embrace today. Embrace today. So keep the faith, let your heart be strong. The journey is your own, where you belong. With love and courage you'll find your way. Tomorrow's a new dawn, embrace today. When the world feels heavy and the nights are long, hold on to your dreams, find where you belong. Every step you take brings you closer to the light. Keep moving forward with all your might. When the face is down,